This is a half kneeling, bottom up kettlebell press. So what I'm going to do is I've got my yoga mat here. I'm going to come down into the half kneeling position here. So I've got my back foot inside the lines of the mat. So if I imagine that there are plumb lines that go this direction out in front of the mat, and then same thing back behind me, this back foot is inside of those lines, front foot also inside the lines. So I've got a fairly narrow base of support here. So for some folks, just getting into this position and being able to hold it could be a challenge. Once you're here, you really have to kind of lock down with the glute and the core in order to make sure that we maintain that. And then from there, I'm going to press in that bottom-up position. So I'm going to pull it to here, start with the elbow locked in tight to my ribs, big deep breath, lock everything down. That is, obviously it's a push exercise. I would also argue that it fits into our locomotion training and our rotation training because we are fighting rotation. We're trying to hold everything still. I'm working this shoulder here. My natural tendency, if I'm extending here in this shoulder, is to want to bring the other one back because, again, that's how we walk. Here, run, that position. So, again, I think you can make an argument for that being in the locomotion pillar as well. Final thought on the half kneeling bottom up press. Once you do it, you'll know this. So I'm not even sure that I need to say it, but this exercise is more about the challenge of the stability and your ability to kind of lock everything down than the load. Over time, you'll find that while you're doing it or you're having clients do it, that you'll get stronger and you'll want to increase it or improve it or progress it. That's where we start to make jumps in the amount of weight. But keep in mind that this exercise, because it is so dependent on stability, the weight jumps need to be small. You know, if you're here in a standing position and you're one arm pressing with that kettlebell and you go from, say, this is a 30 and you go to a 35, great. Going from a 30 to a 35 in half kneeling bottom up press is a much bigger magnitude of jump than it would be if I'm just going from a 30 to a 35 here because of how much stabilization is required. So in that instance, you may be smarter to take one of the little magnet plates, stick it right on the bottom of that guy so it sits right up on top of it so everything is balanced, and go from there.